Hey, Dave LaCalia with HeadGames Motorworks. Today we're going to have a quick, brief, whatever you want to call it, update on the Coyote Road to CNC. We digitized our Gen 1 CNC and got them back. How do they look? Check it out. So I kind of messed up. I have a couple sets of boss heads, and I thought because I ported a Gen 1 that the Gen 1 head would transpire to the boss head because the boss head is a part of the Gen 1 family. And I quickly learned when you assume, you make a what? Let me show you what I'm talking about. None of it really cleaned up. That's the problem. So you see now the boss head is CNC ported from the factory, and you can see here that pretty much the port that I did on the Gen 1, the head's not in the same spot. What I mean by that is the port is not in the same spot. And you can tell that because this is no longer a circle, it's not oblong. So the port is basically up from the Gen 1, like from the head that we did by hand, and it doesn't work in here. Now the intake port actually cleaned up pretty good. It's not that bad, but it does need a lot of blending. The exhaust side, I pretty much have to report the head. On the intake side, I think I could possibly get away with it, but I still have a lot of blending. And when we did the combustion chamber, same scenario. So if you could look at the boss here, the boss is pretty much, this is CNC'd from the factory, and I went over it, I reshaped it. And then when we went to do the reshaping, it added this. So we stopped, or I had him stop doing it because I didn't really want to cut all that. Now I gotta weld that up. I gotta do different stuff to make this work. And well, you guys are gonna watch me fail on YouTube. So what might become a failure, it's actually a learning point. I learned something. I'm kind of new to the Ford market, and I didn't know that these heads didn't interchange, or that the port was in a different spot. And that comes with, that comes with the territory of learning. So here we are. I'm putting everything on YouTube so you guys can learn, and you're going to watch me learn too. So what I really needed was a plan B. All right, so my plan B was to just use the OEM heads off my car because, well, they're Gen 1s and I know that they'll work because we did the port on a Gen 1. What we're going to do is we're going to CNC port them, put bronze guides, valve job, and we're going to put in the valve train. What valve train am I looking at? So what we got going on for valve train is I'm going to use GSC's brand new kit. So we got Brett Barber involved, myself, Greg from GSC, all collaborated, and we came up with some killer valve train. Now for the Gen 1 guys, this is going to be an oversized valve. So basically we did all the Gen 2 valve sizes, and we came up with a conical spring kit that has decent pressure. I'm sorry, I can't speak today. And the exhaust valve, now we added some tulip to the exhaust valve for some added flow. Look at that, dude. That thing is nice. So we haven't flow tested any of this yet. We didn't flow test the production piece, but we did some of the preliminary stuff, like all the samples. We checked all the stem heights. Everything's good. Now these things are ready to CNC. We're going to put all these parts in it, and I'm going to show you what's going on. I am doing the 3-1-1 combination. I know, so a lot of the Coyote guys, they have the 3-2-1 combination, and that's the Gen 3 short block, Gen 2 heads with the Gen 1 cam stuff. And what we're going to do is I got myself a Gen 3 short block. I also have a built Gen 1 short block with manly rods, manly pistons, but I haven't made up my mind what I'm going to do because I have more than one car, but I think this is going to be the bullet that these heads are going to go on. They're going to go in the car with a Roush blower. We're going to turn the boost up and try to go 8s. But so what I got here is just a factory short block that I completely deburred, so that way there's no sharp edges because I'm that guy. And I'm going to port my supercharger. I took it all apart, and I'm going to weld it up some. I'm going to port it. Now my buddy, I'm good friends with Brett Barber. Brett said just send this thing to me and he'll CNC it because he already has a program, which I might still do. I'm just having a hard time paying for it. But you get what I'm saying. It would make it a lot easier. I could just send it to him and and he would just take care of it. And he's already done all the homework, and we don't plan on ever doing supercharger boarding. One thing I'm really excited about is my P1 head stud kit. So my buddy Kevin Feeney from P1 sent me over a head stud kit. So it's going to be from the the Gen 3 short block. We're going to put the heads on with this deal, 0.1, thank you. So Kevin comes from RHS, comp cams, all that stuff. Now, a lot of the comp cams guys went over and they started P1. So you guys are going to hear a lot about P1. They are a direct competitor. I think ARP's kind of had the monopoly there, and now we have another manufacturer that is utmost in quality. There is no shortage of money, and these guys have some state-of-the-art equipment and state-of-the-art materials. And they sent me, Kevin Feeney sent me this awesome 0.1 head stud kit for my motor to make sure that I don't blow some head gaskets. So as any project, things take a while, and this one's taken me most of the winter to kind of get together. I'm busy. I don't have time to do it, but I feel like you guys need an update because we're going to be, we posted some videos of our Coyote stuff, and you're wondering, like, I thought Dave was putting this on this car a long time ago. What the hell happened? Well, you needed some background. Next up, we're going to show you the CNC heads once they come back, and we're going to be all CNC'd, and we're going to show you the whole rest of the process. And I might show you a little bit more about the car. It's up to you guys. I don't know what you guys want to see, but if you want to see more, please like, subscribe, comment below, tell me what you want to do, what you want to see. Toodles.